Hey fellow questers, make sure to catch up on the entire Dragon Quest X saga from beginning to end with this convenient playlist located in this card or the description down below. Welcome to Awesome Video Game Memories, where we talk about awesome memories about video games. I'm Ryan, and the game we're going to talk about today is Dragon Quest X Version 5, Thorn Lady and the God of Destruction. So Dragon Quest X Version 5 is the fifth part of the Dragon Quest X saga and the fourth expansion originally released in the fall of 2019. When I first started playing Dragon Quest X in January of 2020, version 5.1 was being released. However, there was a slight delay between 5.1 and 5.2 because of a certain virus that began with a C. So that gave me time to play the entire game from the beginning, and I was there when 5.2 was new in the summer of 2020, and when the rest of the version 5 parts were coming out in 2020 to 2021. I also heard that version 5 was originally going to be the final part of Dragon Quest X, as Square Enix only wanted to support the game for 10 years, and I started playing in 2020 just when the game was about 8 years old after its 2012 release. Fortunately, Square Enix announced that there will be a continuation after version 5, making them stick to their 10-year plan, and who knows if they'll make more parts since the game is still profitable. Alright guys, now it's time to talk about Dragon Quest X version 5 spoilers, as we do here on Awesome Video Game Memories, so just be prepared, because this is going to be a doozy, man. So we begin 5.0, and after saving the world and all of time from Cyronos, we're still wondering who the mysterious man on Gamilgo Island was, saying that he's ready to head to Astoltia. But before that, we're invited to the glittering windmill tower on the Pucalipo/Poppin continent in order to go on a magical balloon ride by Princess Anne Lucia herself. Oh my princess, you want to go on a balloon ride with me? Oh, I'm totally not blushing right now like a dork because you just want to spend time with little old me. And one of the first things you do notice about version 5 is the characters have Japanese voiceovers.
それと、前からあなたとのんびり過ごしてみたかったから。
Well, I do have some voiceovers of my own, which I did use in my past Dragon Quest X reviews.
Oh, you're already here! Sorry to keep you waiting. Thanks for coming on such short notice. I really appreciate it. I dreamed of getting this balloon. It was a limited time offer, so I made a reservation for the two of us to go on a ride in the sky. I've always wanted to spend some time alone with you and was wondering if we could do it together after everything we've been through. Now let's get on the balloon. Wow, amazing! Look, the windmill tower is so far away.
It's such a magnificent view! Spending time with the princess!
You know, we've had so many adventures together. Every hardship that we faced, I was able to overcome them since you were always by my side.
Because it's the Dragon Quest way.
I'm always constantly thinking about you and us. You've become more than just a special person to me, than the relationship between a brave hero and ally. I really mean that from the heart. I'm just so excited thinking about everything. I wonder if you feel the same way about me. I want to know. Oh, how naughty. You should have seen the look on your face. I was only kidding the entire time about everything I said. That look was so priceless.
Oh, Aunt Lucia, you are such a kidder.
Well, playtime is over, so have a nice trip and see you next fall!
What?
Huh?
Why, princess? Why?
Ryan, are you all right? I'm glad I was just in time. Hey, you imposter! Show me your true identity! Looks like the real one has shown up, so it's time to end this little charade. A plush doll?
Whee! Pudding pop! Hey, old friends! It's been a while! Did you miss your old pal Pyuju? I sure put on an entertaining show, don't you think, pals?
You evil clown bastard, you're back!
You're the one who set up that incident in Gotland a while back. Pyuju.
Well, I'm gonna punch those glasses off your smug clown face!
It's been a pleasure to meet you, the legendary brave princess. It's an honor to be recognized by someone of your important stature. Not every day I get to make the acquaintance of the legendary hero. So let's have some fun, shall we? Unfortunately, your usefulness has run out. We simply don't need you anymore. Our purpose was the special baggage you left before you even got on the balloon. Now we have all the pieces we need for our plan.
Two of you? What do you mean?
What? I'm seeing double! 12 Pyujus!
Prepare yourselves, kiddos! This is where all the scary fun time really begins. Yup! Hoi! The door to hell will open and disaster is a-coming! Lots of blood will flow! Where it stops, nobody knows! Hey! Fun time is over, kiddos! Now it's time to say bye-bye! Yup! Hey!
Wait! Come back!
Yeah! Yahoo!
By the way, Ryan, did that fake version of me say anything strange to you? Like, completely out of character for me? Did I really say that? Then I guess there was a really big misunderstanding. So, what he said, yeah, definitely not happening. Well, now then, let's not worry about that now. I'm so sorry. What matters now is stopping that evil clown. Actually, I heard you were in danger from Sage Lucia. So I immediately rushed here and was glad I made it in time.
Sorry, after I was kicked off the balloon, I kinda lost my lunch and I hope it didn't fall on a poor Pucalipo/Poppet or something.
Lucia is waiting for us down below. So let's head on back.
Hey, my favorite hot ogre mage. So we talk about the thing we had before we got onto the balloon. Oh hey, after that pretty long fall, I don't have any more food in my stomach. Lucia says that our bag seems to be okay for now, but however, the seeds of war that we got after defeating Cyronos are gone. So Lucinda talks about the Seeds of War back when Pyuju was in Gartland during our battle with Sage Marine. Pyuju actually caused the incident back in Gartland, so the Seeds of War are what Pyuju needs to open the gates of hell. And Spindle, the ogre soldier from Gartland, arrives and tells us that he found Pyuju's location. He went to an uninhabited part of the Weena Islands and his other half went to Gerd Strait. So we split up into two teams to hunt down both of the Pyujus. And Lucinda talks about the incident at Gamilgo Island over 500 years ago. Oh hey, we kinda know that Gamilgo guy. I mean, we can take the train to go back in time and say hi to him. Lucinda says that Gamilgo was her ancestor and she feels in her blood that a crisis is coming soon. After Lucinda and Lucia and Spindle investigate Gerd Strait and the Weena Islands, we investigate Gamilgo Island with Pyuju at the supposed Gate of Hell. He's happy he's finally able to fulfill someone's wishes and we sneak up behind him. Aha! And then we see multiple Pyujus. Okay, I really need to get my eyes checked. And they welcome us to the gate of the demon world. Ah no, like I said before, I'm totally not going back to high school. The clouds gather as Pyuju throws the Seeds of War to open the gate. He says that once upon a time the evil god of war was trapped in the demon world through the River of Light and says that they should offer something for the ritual. Hey, don't look at me, man. And Pyuju and his clones surround us in a horribly dizzying way. And we engage him in battle. And after we defeat Pyuju, the Seeds of War begin to flash and he says that the demon army from Baldista will appear. He holds up one of his balls and the seeds begin to emit power to the door to the demon world. Pyuju and his clones begin to fade away as the power from the seeds begins to overflow the door to the demon world, breaking it down. Guys, I think we better hide. After the door crumbles, mist begins to emit from the cave that was behind the door and we see a female figure riding on a demonic horse. She says that Astoltia will be conquered as she looks at us. And she attacks us and knocks us back, but we get up. But then she unleashes a more powerful attack that knocks us out, or maybe for good.
Astoltia is now ours for the taking.
after the battle, we wake up in the rain with a demon with red hair looking over us saying that he'll save our life, then he carries us off. And then we wake up in a small house and notice that we look like a demon! So we pick up a red jewel that fell into the water, and these are known as the Abyss Jewels, which replaces the Rura Stones and the Athenial Cubes as our means of traveling around the demon world. Just like the Athenial Cubes, we find a large Abyss Gate and can register a location to warp to. And so we open the door and see that we're in the demon world. Whoa. This looks cool. Scary, but cool. Can I go home now? Outside we see the long red-haired demon who rescued us and says that the blood contract has worked.
Finally awake. Been waiting for a while. Huh. Hold it. Is there something wrong with your face? I'd say you look like some kind of fool if you ask me, friend. Well now, friend. From the looks of it, I think the blood pact went over better than I had ever expected. The name's Yushka, and as you can see, I'm what you might call a demon traveler. And welcome to the demon world. It's a place where we, the demon tribe, live out our lives and prosper.
He introduces himself as Yushka, a demon traveler, and welcomes us to the demon world. Yushka explains that from Astoltia, the River of Light was struck and there are 3 countries in the demon world who yield great power. So this is basically the last arc of Yu Yu Hakusho. And there's Baldista, a country of iron, blood, and violence. And then there's the oldest magic city in the demon world, Zekley's magic country, and a chaotic emerging country, Farazart. And the current area that we're in was destroyed by the Baldista army and was on their way to attack Astoltia. Yushka found us dying after the mysterious demon female attacked us, and we were injured so bad that we couldn't be cured by a normal recovery spell. Yushka had to use a blood contract to save our life, and with Yushka's blood our life was saved, but it turned us into a demon. Well, you know, maybe I can still score big on Tinder. I mean, chicks dig the horns, right? Yushka says that we can use the Abyss Jewel to travel to and from the demon world as much as we want. Because we're in a blood contract with Yushka, we become a servant and have to do what he says. Oh man, I have a boss now? I mean, I already have a full-time job! After we tell Yushka our name, he says it's unfitting for a servant. We head to the Great Court Gate, which is on the north part of Gerhenna Geno, our current location. As we explore Gerhenna Geno, we see a lot of the nice but spooky demon world imagery, and we see the monsters, especially slimes with red eyes, indicating that they're the hard versions. I watch you while you sleep! Okay. We arrive at the Great Court Gate, which is inhabited by monsters, and Yushka tells us that the gate behind us leads to Demon Mountain, where Lord Masen lives. Yushka explains that even though there are demon rulers who govern each country in the demon world, the seat of the main demon world ruler has been vacant for some time since the death of the predecessor. Lord Masen is the only one who has the authority to select the main ruler of the demon world, and they need to find a suitable king in order to combat the great darkness coming ahead. Many demons are outside the gate waiting to meet Lord Masen in order to become the ruler. So wait, this is pretty much an intense presidential election. I mean, we just survived one not too long ago. And Yushka explains to the monsters outside the gate that he's a messenger for the king of Farazart, and the monsters back off. Yushka wants to make his lord the great demon king, and in order to achieve that, they must open the closed gate to the demon mountain. The words on the gate read, "When conflicting people with heavenly luck gather together, the road to the great demon king is opened." The past great demon kings have always passed through the gate and have overcome the competition with the past rulers. The gate hasn't been open for a long time, since there hasn't been anyone who's been qualified to be the great demon king for many, many years. Well, you can totally elect me, Ryan/Yushka, 20XX. Let's make the demon world great. No, let's not say that quote, ever. And Yushka explains that the current rivals of the king of Farazart are Asval, the demon lord of Zekley's magic kingdom, and Valeria, the demon lord of Baldista who attacked us from the beginning. For some reason they aren't interested in becoming the great demon king and aren't at the gate, so Yushka is pretty confident that his lord has a chance of winning. However, he still needs to drag Valeria and Asval to the gate in order to open it. Sadly, Yushka explains that once we become a demon we can never go back to normal. Well, I just have to get used to the horns since I work from home anyways. And since I never go out, I don't really have to worry too much, I think. And Yushka explains that Lord Masen can actually turn me back to normal if we help him out. Well, I guess I might not be able to keep these cool horns anyways. I decided to go to Baldista first. After traveling the rocky mountain path to Baldista, we arrive at the Baldista fortress to confront Valeria, who attacked us and left us for dead. Yushka says not only is Valeria powerful, she is also great at commanding and judging the battlefield, so you probably don't want to mess with her. Well, I should know, because I nearly died! Valeria returns with her servants as her army stands ready to greet her. Ma'am, yes ma'am! And suddenly a rogue demon attempts to attack Valeria. Yes, get revenge for me. But Valeria easily deflects it like the boss she is. The rogue demon reminds her what happened at the Kingdom of Jamor, and she doesn't remember or apparently care. He reveals himself to be Dar Jamor, the Prince of Jamor, whose army was destroyed by Valeria, and vows to kill her in revenge. But Valeria cuts him down with relative ease. And Valeria remarks that his kingdom was weak, and that's why it's gone.
You scoundrel! You couldn't even estimate the strength between you and I, which is why your country was destroyed.
Cold. So we try to enter the castle, but we're stopped by the guards. Yushka explains that he's a messenger for the King of Farazart and wants an audience with Valeria. However, the guards are skeptical because of the attack that just happened, and nobody is allowed in the castle without permission. We're turned away and Yushka tries to figure out how to get permission into the castle. We encounter Yale, one of Valeria's servants, who was with her earlier, arguing with another demon about the magic stones at the Brannock Quarry, which are occupied by bandits. Yale is angry that he wanted progress on the magic stones before they decide to reinvade Astoltia. The demon warns Yale that the bandits in the quarry are super strong, and Yushka, using his charm, offers that we will stop the bandits in exchange for an audience with Valeria. In Brannock Quarry, Yale joins us and we get assaulted by the bandits who make fun of Yale, wondering how a wimp like him got into Valeria's army. While Yale goes after the bandits, we deal with their huge machine. After we defeat the machine, the bandits beg for mercy and offer to work for the country of Baldista, but Valeria arrives and wipes them all out mercilessly. And Valeria says that the bandits attacked the wagon heading to her castle and killed her subordinates, so she got her revenge and goes back to the castle. At the castle, Yale is happy that we got the magic stones and grants us an audience with Valeria. Yale explains that Valeria saved his life in the past and she saved him from being killed by an enemy soldier, so he was happy to serve her. We meet with Valeria and Yushka gives her a letter from the King of Farazart. After reading the letter, Valeria turns down the offer to come to the Great Court Gate because her top priority is to reinvade Astoltia and has no interest in becoming the Great Demon Lord. As Yushka tries to convince her again, she gives us an intense anime stare which startles us. Yikes! Valeria is angry and draws her weapon at us. Yushka, don't push your luck! Valeria leaves and says she'll leave the castle to both Yale and her other servant Veltro. As we make our exit, Veltro awaits us and tells us to go to the Baldia mountain range where we might catch something interesting.
Ah, got the cold shoulder, huh? Oh, turn that frown upside down. You'll ruin your face that way. Head to the Moonlight Valley in the Baldia Mountains. You might just find something of interest there.
Wait a minute. Why are you bothering to help us?
Oh, I'm just talking to myself. That's all you heard. Just someone talking to themselves in the castle. Okay?
So we arrive at the Moonlight House at the Baldia mountain range and the keeper says that it's an orphanage. And Valeria arrives and the children seem to like her. The keeper says that Valeria is the one who founded the orphanage and asks us about the big war between the demon world and Astoltia 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago, under the rule of the great demon king Nerodus from version 4, there was a war and Nerodus was defeated. I think me and Alvin had something to do with that. Alvin! There was confusion in the demon world without a great ruler, and a civil war broke out. Valeria was still young and saw her family killed in front of her. She resolved to become a great warrior, and then after that, Madasagora became the champion of the demons. I think we kinda killed him too. And Valeria vowed not to let her people suffer the way she did, and when she enters the orphanage, she gives us another cold stare. Yushka makes a joke about Valeria becoming the next demon ruler, but freezes us in rage. I told you not to push your luck, Yushka! Luckily, she leaves and spares our lives after seeing her weakness. The kids make fun of Yushka for apparently flirting, but still says Yushka is too weak to be her type. Yushka asks the kids on how to get on Valeria's good side, and says that girls like things like fruit pies and jewels and swords. After talking with the kids, we see a mysterious figure overlooking the Midnight House. We collect some flowers and head back to one of the kids, and one of them gives us a note meant for Valeria saying that she should get along with us. Aw, that's so adorable. The kids wrap the letter along with the flowers for us to give to Valeria, and then we go back to the castle and Valeria says she still hasn't changed her mind. Yushka gives Valeria the flowers and the note from the children, but she's still unconvinced, and one of the guards arrives and has an urgent report saying a large amount of magic beetles are heading towards the Moonlight House at the Baldista mountain range, so Valeria summons her forces there and also goes herself. A dark aura surrounds the Moonlight House as Valeria arrives and Veltro tries to stop her, and Valeria runs inside and rescues one of the kids, and Yale arrives and asks if Valeria is okay and offers a recovery medicine. However, before Valeria takes the medicine, Yale slaps it out of her hands, saying that he knew the contents of the medicine were replaced with poison. Yale blames us for trying to poison Valeria, but she seems suspicious of Yale and not us because she never told anyone the relationship between the orphanage and her. Then she gives Yale a cold stare and he runs away. However, you and Yushka confront Yale as we give Valeria time to treat the child. After that, Yale transforms and reveals his true form. So after we defeat Yale, Valeria approaches him with her sword and says that he saw the Demon King is coming and noticed the orphans made Valeria forget the war. He accuses the children of trying to corrupt Valeria and making her weak, so he murdered all the children. Valeria is angry and stabs Yale. He gives off a happy and twisted expression knowing that he died in Valeria's arms. Best death ever! After burying all the children, Valeria explains how she took care of Yale when he was young and says the gravestones are the ones of her friends who fought with her. When she was young, she was picked up by mercenaries and was trained to become a warrior. And Valeria's dream was to build a house where everyone could live in peace when the war was over, but sadly she was the only one who survived. And Yushka gives Valeria the children's flowers and letter and she sets them on the children's graves and finally agrees to go to the Grand Court Gate with us. Veltro confesses he didn't want to invade Astoltia in the first place and was hoping Valeria would be the great demon lord. He thanks us and takes off. Our next goal is Zekley's Magic City, and as we arrive at the castle, we're immediately stopped at the door as usual. Yushka tries to use his charm to enter but fails at first, but says to the guards that not letting him in would be an insult to the King of Farazart, which freaks them out. So that's how Yushka gets into nightclubs. And the gate opens and we see Empress Elgadora angry that Asval is not around to attend the Wara Wara tea party and orders a search. So we go around town asking for his whereabouts. We encounter a little demon girl named Rinberry, who is the head of the Veristor family, and her escort. She acts really snobbish and says we're lower class demons. Well, excuse me, Rinberry. However, Rinberry takes a liking to Yushka and says that he would look great dressed up for her party for the Veristor family, which results in us getting an invitation.
Let's go find some influential people around town who might have some information and ask around. Well, looks like we're getting some info right off the bat.
Who are you? This is Miss Rinberry of the Veristor family. Don't you dare get any closer.
Oh, if you're that important, then you must have some good information then. Hey, miss, you got a minute?
Hey! What is it with you people? How dare you approach me with a shabby appearance like that? I can't stand lowly demons who don't know what they're doing. Can you please get out of my sight, now?
Nice to meet you, Miss Rinberry. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but do you know where Lord Asval is?
Oh, my God, I can't believe what you're asking me. Oh my, look at you. You're better looking up close. It's a shame you're dressed so shabbily. I'm sure you'll be even more handsome in proper attire.
What?
Yes, you're invited to my party at the Versita House tonight to celebrate the unveiling of our prized artifacts. Servant, give this man an invitation. I will personally find you a suitable outfit and hire you as my personal servant. If you become my favourite, you're guaranteed a good career. I'll give you an inspiring look.
Miss Rinberry, it's time to get ready for the party.
That's right. I haven't decided on the colour of the flowers yet. We have to hurry. And you should be flattered that I've taken a fancy to you. I'll see you at the party.
Sorry, I can't make the party, but I may be able to get some information from exploring the castle. You'll have to infiltrate the party instead. I'll meet you back at the castle after we're finished, so here's the invitation. Word of advice, try not to offend that selfish young lady.
I think Yushka's having a lot better luck here in Zekley's. Yushka hands over the invitation to us as he wants to infiltrate the castle, so we're left to crash the party. At the party, Rinberry is angry that we came instead of Yushka. But hey, can Yushka do the smooth ogre?
Who are you? Why is a miserable thing like you invading my party? He's the guy who's standing next to the hot guy? I don't remember him at all. Where's the handsome guy? I didn't invite you to be my servant. I invited him. This is terrible. You can't turn me down. How dare you turn me down? If I ever see you again, I swear to God, I'll make you regret not coming to see me. Hey, you! I didn't give you that invitation. I want it back! For those who weren't properly invited to this party, no admission. Throw this bomb out right now.
Wait a minute. He's with me. He must have gotten lost here or something.
Oh, he was your servant. I'm sure you can totally get him replaced with someone better.
I'm sorry about this. My mistake. You scared me back there. Now, come with me.
Oh, hey, Cyril! I'm trying to decide which painting to buy for my next connection, and I need your opinion. Hey, wait up!
Okay, I'll be right there. Just give me a minute. My name is Cyril, and I actually wanted to talk to you, so I went out of my way. Since my hands are tied at the moment, let's meet at my antique shop, the Six Continents, north of the Commoner's Quarter. I'll be on my way as soon as I'm done, so I'll talk to you there. Well then, see you later at the Six Continents.
However, Rinberry says that Yushka refusing her invitation is unforgivable and rips up the invitation. She's so mad that she orders the guards to throw us out. However, a demon in a brown jacket vouches for us and Rinberry tells him to put us on a leash. His name is apparently Cyril and seems to be close with Rinberry. Cyril tells us to meet him at his shop in town. We enter Cyril's shop and it looks magnificent with a map of Astoltia in the center. After asking our name, Cyril comments that he knows that we came from Astoltia based on our appearance, and he says that he admires Astoltia because the people there can live freely without any differences in status. He opened his shop in order to collect artifacts from Astoltia and admires our key emblems we got back in version 1. His pet dragon Fluff needs Cyril's attention, and he says that he rescued Fluff from a demon that was attacking the lake that Fluff and other dragons lived in. Cyril requests that we defeat the demon at Lake Belvine so Fluff can go back to his family. We meet up with Yushka outside and he decides to stay in town as we go to Lake Belvine to help Cyril. We go to Lake Belvine and battle the demon beast as Cyril keeps Fluff safe. After we defeat the beast, Fluff is reunited with his family of dragons. Aw, they're reunited again. And Cyril says he longs to travel the world freely and that going to Astoltia would make his dream come true. Because he met us, he finally makes the decision to leave for Astoltia. Hey, you can crash on my pad, man. I got my town, I got all the amenities, you can hang out with me, my friend. However, the guards from Zekley's arrive and bow towards Cyril, saying that Empress Elgadora is waiting for him. Could he be? And Cyril says he's looking forward to the day that we can hang out in Astoltia and... Oh wait man, you're leaving right now? I mean, I was gonna order some Astoltia deep dish, you know, with some Weena Island fries and fish and coke and stuff like that, man. So we arrive back at Zekley's and talk to Yushka about Cyril in the shop, making that our next destination. At the shop, Yushka breaks the door down and we check out the giant map of Astoltia in the center, which is rearranged and now has some shapes on it. After solving the map puzzle, it reveals a secret passageway to the castle. As we make our way through the passageway, we see a collection of items that Cyril has collected and see him in a different outfit. Being startled by our presence, we pick up the compass that Cyril wanted to take to Astoltia and Yushka calls him by his real name, Asval. Plot twist! So Yushka says he's known Asval for a long time as a traveling jeweler and knows about his love for Astoltia. Yushka also says that he was the one who gave Asval the compass. Yushka offers Asval a chance to run away from Zekley's, but everyone gets spotted by a guard, so we follow Asval as we make our escape from the guards. So we meet up with Asval at the secret exit for the royal family that was used to escape the castle. Once we get outside, we're confronted by Empress Elgadora and the guards.
I didn't realize there was a spell in place to make the jewel in my wand glow when that secret passageway was opened. Very interesting. To think that you could escape from your mother is a very far-fetched fantasy. Don't you think, Asval, my son? I know you are planning on taking the compass, and we're going to take the most recently opened road to Astoltia.
Ugh. Looks like we're in quite a troublesome pinch here. You think?
You're Yushka! You have a lot of nerve coming back here after I've declared that you were to be banned from entering this kingdom. Asval is of the royal blood, which belongs to the noble house of Zekley. In the end, he will become the great demon king who will take rule of this country and rule over the entire demon world. This is a completely different world than the one you mongrels live in. There is no way you can understand. There is no use spouting nonsense about traveling to Astoltia. No more wild fantasies.
How did you find out about all this, Mother?
I know you've always been obsessed with this compass. He gave it to you once, from what I can recall. So you know. Your friend Yushka left the country suddenly that day is because I banished him. He's a bad influence on you.
No way! Don't tell me that letter went to...
My son, you were foolish in thinking that you could go with that mongrel. So I decided to crush that letter. I made sure to remove that irritating bad influence on you.
Looks like that misunderstanding was her fault. I had a feeling that was going to be the case anyway.
What's the use of going to Astoltia anymore with a man from who knows where? Not quite a reliable source, I'm afraid to say. However, I'm sure you won't have a desire to go anymore after knowing all of this. It was all pointless dreaming from the very start. But yet, I see you still want to indulge in these silly dreams and aren't fully prepared to become the great demon king. It is a shame, my son. However, you spoiled brat. Even a mother's patience begins to run out when she's absolutely furious.
No, stop!
You can't escape from your mother, and you will soon learn that you only exist to become heir to the ancient house of Zekley. Your silly dreams and ambitions end right here and now, before you lose sight of what your true purpose is, my son.
Hey, wait, we can still put out that fire, man!
Ah! How dare you! How dare you! Ah!
Asval, wait!
If only you could put in that effort into taking over other countries. The kingdom of Zekleys could conquer the entire demon world in no time at all. You have no idea what you're talking about. And you still don't understand that you can't go against anything I say.
Please, stop!
Hey, don't worry, Asval. We can use the Abyss Jewel to crash up my pad.
Such perfect timing. Now, let's use this monster to get rid of those who stand in our way. Now, Asval, let's tear them to pieces.
No way. Is he under some kind of spell? Let's deal with this thing first. Then we can get to Asval later.
Oh no. After we defeat the familiar, it sinks to the ground and Empress Elgadora says that Asval is the heir to the Zekleys royal family and has no freedom. Hey Empress, if Asval wants to become the greatest traveler in the world, who are you to stop him? Asval can be whatever he wants to be. Empress Elgadora forces us to leave and disappears. We talk to Asval and he's convinced that he'll join us to become the next Demon King and break free from his mother so he can travel to Estoltia. Asval just wants to be a free spirit, man! Our next goal is to finally head to Farazart. So we go to the desert kingdom of Farazart to the Demon World Bazaar with Yushka, and he's finally happy to report on the success of Baldista and Zekleys. Citizens at the bazaar are shocked because the prices on even medicinal herbs are high and supply is low. I gotta pay that much for a herb? Yushka talks to the female demon Gilgamat, who was a former clerk at the bazaar, and she says that various supplies were traded from the Dinga trading post, which is northeast of the Jalim Baja Desert, and monsters were attacking the caravans. Yushka resolves to fix things in the bazaar as we rest at the inn. At the inn, Yushka says that Farazart is the most emerging country of the three major powers of the demon world and is not like the pedigree of Zekleys or the violent nature of Baldista. The king of Farazart vowed to protect the people and guarantee their livelihood, but there are rogues who did not sign a contract with the king and are hiding on the streets. Yushka says that he'll go to the castle first thing in the morning as we try to solve the problems at the bazaar. In the morning, we talk to Gilgamat and she hopes that we can get to be her customer sometime. After the caravan leaves, we see a knife on the ground with a note saying that someone is waiting for us in the back street hideout and there's no way we can escape. Oh no. So we go to the back street hideout and encounter Shish Kebab, a big pig monster and his gang who have been terrorizing the caravans. Shish Kebab insults the king of Farazart and vows to destroy the country and become the new king. However, Yushka arrives and we battle it out with Shish Kebab and his gang. After we defeat him, his men run away, but Yushka stops one of them and says he doesn't like to resort to violence. He lets the henchmen go and Shish Kebab attacks Yushka again. But Yushka beats him and he tells Shish Kebab that with his strength he can become the kamikaze commander of Farazart. And suddenly Najin, one of the king's commanders, is outside with the Farazart army and Shish Kebab vanishes.
The bandits are still nearby. Make sure to take them out quickly.
Yes.
You guys aren't members of the bandits, are you? From the looks of it, I'd say no.
Does a dignified thief really exist?
Well then, since you put it in that way, all of those involved in this matter should appear at Farazart Castle and explain the entire story to us.
Oh, come on. Even if the bandits got away, you gotta give me a little credit for fending them off, right?
Well, if you're so sure of yourselves, the main gate of Farazart Castle is in the central square. If you speak to Houtman, one of the guards, he should let you in.
Even better than a metal slime. That dude is Najin, one of the guards of the Demon King of Farazard. How about that? We finally got an invitation to Farazard Castle. Let's finally meet the Demon King. I'm sure we'll have better luck now.
At Farazart Castle, we go to the throne room, which is empty, and Najin bows to King Yushka. What? Yushka was the king of Farazart all along? So Yushka says he kept his identity a secret in order to avoid the smaller demons from attacking him, and while Yushka was gone, the bizarre incident happened. And thanks to us getting rid of Shish Kebab and his group, we're given a free room in the castle. Alright, this pad's got it all. Off to the pool! And Najin leads us to our new room and wants to talk with us. He says that the blood contract we signed with Yushka was a forbidden spell in the demon world, and it was miraculous that it works since it only has a very small chance of working. A servant enters the room and says the Demon King has disappeared, and Najin goes to a meeting of public affairs. So we go to Zard Tower and see Yushka at the top. He talks to us how he was born from a family of jewelers, and the caravan was his home, saying that jewels are a symbol of wealth and power. He's concerned that a civil war between the nations will cause ruin for the demon world, and wants to build a utopia in a way that no past Demon King has ever tried. Yushka decides that he'll become the great Demon King, and we plan to leave for Demon Mountain in the morning. We go back to the castle to the throne room with Yushka in his king outfit with Najin. They're in an argument because Najin doesn't want Yushka to become the great Demon King, regardless of them being childhood friends, and isn't happy what happened in Baldista and Zekley's because it could have ended in a dispute between the nations. And from here we get access to the Monma Tower, which is a huge arena where you get to fight a ton of monsters under a time limit to get a special coat of arms accessory. So Yushka is dressed up as he's ready to meet Lord Masen past the Great Court Gate at Gerhena Geno. Najin explains that there will be trials for each of the candidates, and then Yushka leaps into action, jumping from the balcony of the castle. And Najin asks us to keep an eye on Yushka. We arrive at the Great Court Gate along with the demons who want to become the Great Demon King. We greet Valeria and Asval who are waiting for us, and we finally open the door to Demon Mountain. Valeria pretty much stops the rest of the demons from climbing the stairs like the badass she is. Then suddenly we see Shish Kebab appear along with Veltro and more Baldista knights. A small demon from earlier peeps out and enters the gate as well. We arrive at the site of trials as the Baldista soldiers are hiding, but we proceed on with the trial anyways.
Hey, I've been watching you pretty closely. That was quite the fight you had back there. There's still a long way to go, so let's get a move on to the next point.
Spider Yushka, doing all the things a Spider Yushka can.
I thought I got most of you guys. I didn't realize how many of you were still lying around.
Oh hey, don't mind me. I'm just trying to give you a nice splitting headache, that's all. Not like we've really known each other long. Regardless, I hope you enjoy this little present we've prepared for you. I'm sorry we got off to a rocky start. Rock on, Demon Lord Yushka. Lord Valeria!
I didn't ask for your help to test my strength as the great Demon Lord. Why did you ignore my orders and follow me here?
Well, we were all just feeling really worried about you.
If you don't believe in my power, just stay there where you are. I'm going to slay you, just like I did those rocks.
So sorry, Your Highness. We're leaving now.
Yushka thanks Valeria, but she responds not to mess with her, kills two of her own soldiers, and walks off. And the little monster from earlier pops out from behind the rock and says that he can proceed in the trial. We arrive in an area where Shish Kebab appears and looks like he was thrown right in front of us. Asval appears and warns us to get away from Shish Kebab. Shish Kebab gets infused with a dark power, and it's revealed that Empress Elgadora is controlling him. Asval says unless Shish Kebab's anger disappears, the curse will deteriorate his mind and body until he dies. Shish Kebab attacks Asval thinking he's Yushka, and Yushka taunts Shish Kebab into battle. After defeating Shish Kebab, Yushka offers him a place to stay if he stops being the king of the bandits. Shish Kebab still tries to attack Yushka under Empress Elgadora's influence and claims that he'll always be looked down upon and there's no place for him anymore. He also says that Yushka has everything and he doesn't, and then falls off the cliff in a super sad moment. However, Yushka rescues him at the last minute because he doesn't want him to throw away his life and his strength can contribute to the kingdom of Farazart. Yushka makes Shish Kebab the kamikaze commander of the Farazart army, which will give him meaning and a place to live. With Yushka's words, Empress Elgadora's curse is lifted. And both Yushka and Shish Kebab fall, but Asval uses his magic to rescue them. Shish Kebab gives Yushka a big hug for giving him a second chance. And salute the kamikaze captain, Shish Kebab! Yushka asks Asval to come with them, but Asval says they're still enemies competing for the title of the Great Demon King. A small demon from earlier arrives and heads towards the next trial. So we climb up Demon Mountain and see Valeria and Asval attacking the small demon, who reveals that he's a traveling merchant named Satenten who wants to become the next Great Demon King. And Satenten offers the survivors a place to camp, but Valeria claims it's a trap. Yushka accepts the offer. And over the bonfire, Yushka realizes that this is the first time all three of the demon rulers sat down together. Yushka wishes he can trade with Baldista and Zekley and wants something more than profits. He says his master taught him important lessons and it was a traveler from Astoltia who taught Yushka about the development of Astoltia. Those lessons were cooperation, which is a term the demon world doesn't have. Yushka wishes that everyone would cooperate and there's no need for violence. Valeria still doesn't buy it, but Yushka still thanks her for opening the gate to Astoltia. She says the aftermath of her invasion forced her army to withdraw. Yushka offers Asval a chance to go to Astoltia with him if he becomes the Great Demon King, but Asval vows to win. We wake up and head to the next part of the trial. After getting to the next part, we see Satenten waiting for us as he transforms into an even bigger monster named Temon Zugito, who is the gatekeeper of Demon Mountain. Plot twist again! So Valeria and Asval try to attack him, but their attacks prove to be ineffective, and now we have to fight two of Temon Zugito. And after we defeat Temon Zugito, he turns back to Satenten and grants us passage to meet Lord Masen as a reward. We're in a misty area and all of the demon lords vanish as we're left alone and the ground begins to shake. We see a huge Sanguini king sitting on a throne. And the Sanguini king asks us if this place is really a dream and welcomes us to Jiden Rose Garden, which is the paradise of the demon world, and also to the Sanguini kingdom. He introduces himself as King Memorian, or if this game was localized, he would be King Sanguinian. He asks us to locate his wife, Antoinette, who is missing, so we have to search the Jiden Rose Garden for her as a test of measuring our hearts. King Memorian shows us the answers that Valeria and the others gave him, and Valeria wasn't exactly optimistic towards him, saying that the strong eat the weak. Well, I guess the weak tastes like chicken according to Valeria. Asval, on the other hand, is talking with the monsters and says that they need to give up and accept everything and not to be afraid of death as he kills all the monsters. That's kind of morbid, dude. And then he laughs maniacally as he cries? And Yushka gets along with all the monsters and says that the people are suffering due to the bad decisions of the king, and he vows to change things. King Memorian says let's find out who the Great Demon King is together, and then turns into another being who looks like Demon Mr. Popo. And then the being reveals himself to be Lord Masen! He invites us into the castle and we see all the other demon rulers there. Lord Masen says that he knows why everyone is there to become the Great Demon King because there is a big disaster coming, and each of the rulers give Lord Masen why they should become the ruler. So I'll give everyone Dragon Quest X stimulus reviews for everyone who votes for Ryan/Yushka 2020X. So even if you can't translate it, you should still play it. I think that's a good slogan for our campaign, Yushka. So after much arguing, Yushka says that Astoltia can help everyone prepare for the upcoming disaster, and then he gets into a bit of an argument with Valeria. Lord Masen stops them and says that they shall all partake in the ritual to select the Great Demon King. He asks who will be the best choice for the Great Demon King, and a large scary hand comes out. The hand goes over everyone, but it doesn't choose anyone as it retreats. Lord Masen says nobody is really suitable to become the Great Demon King. He says Valeria hates the world so much that she's trying to drag everyone into hell. And Asval had given up on saving himself and others, and Yushka thinks he's the only one for the job, making him look down on people, and Lord Masen says he's pretty arrogant. Well, I review games? However, Lord Masen says there is one person suitable to become the king, and that's us. Hey, vote for me! I will localize Dragon Quest X! Send in your mail-in ballots! Lord Masen says since we rescued Queen Antoinette, we are the best person for the job. Valeria leaves feeling angry and Asval also takes leave. Yushka still tries to plead his case and wants us to fight him to prove our worth. After our battle with Yushka, he's still convinced that he deserves to be the Great Demon King and claims that the next time we meet, we can become enemies. Lord Masen says if we want to return back to normal, we have to use the power of the Great Demon Ancestors, which is the source of the Great Darkness that makes the demon world whole. We enter a chamber with a strange statue inside, and Lord Masen says he knows we may have endless light in ourselves, so no matter how bad the darkness is, the light will never go out. Spoken like a true Dragon Quest trope. So we put our hand out in order to make contact with the darkness, and we had to fight a hooded boss on a horse. The hooded figure notices that we were born over 5,000 years ago, and we're not in our original body. And he says, "Can a person who even killed God be called a person?" Deep, man. And he also says, "Does the soul remain for one who's died twice?" And after this, he engages us in a battle for our soul. So after we defeat the hooded figure, we're warped back and the statue begins to crumble, revealing a bright light that turns itself into a human girl with thorns on her arms. Ah, so I assume she is the Thorn Lady from the title. I wonder who the god of destruction is, though.
Why did the statue break?
It was your light that has awakened me from my slumber.
Oh.
Become who you once were, your true self.
What kind of magical sorcery is this? Who are you?
My name is Irusha, and that's all I know.
A person born from the crystals of magic, I see. Let's head back to my throne and hear your story, Irusha. I'm very intrigued by all of this.
I'm normal again! And this young lady calls herself Irusha, but that's all she knows about herself. And Lord Masen says our power was the light that conquered the darkness, and a great demonic power will soon be attacking the demon world. And if we don't stop it, Astoltia will be destroyed along with the demon world. Lord Masen still has no idea who Irusha is and says he will protect her in Jiden Rose Garden. He is also worried about the Demon Kings and wonders what they will do next, thus ending version 5.0. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to check out these other videos, and also make sure to follow me on social media and check out the official Battle Geek Plus website. Take care.